What's going on, guys? It's Aaron the Wolf here, and I'm here today to review the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that came out on Valentine's Day, but I'm not doing it alone. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, it's me, Jake,
Yes.
Aaron's bestest buddy.
Yeah. Yep. He sure is. And we just, well, not just, but we saw the Sonic movie. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
overall thoughts? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, me and my friends, we liked what we saw, absolutely.
Yeah. And, oh boy, you have no idea the anticipation that I've had for this movie. And when I say you, I mean the audience, not Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember when this movie was announced all the way back in 2013 alongside Sonic Boom.
Really, it was? I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Jeez, yeah.
So, yeah, this has been a movie 7 years in the making, and it's finally out.
Yeah. And, yeah, I feel like the wait was worth it.
Yeah. Although it wasn't for
Considering
quite
what
a
we've
while,
got.
because in May of 2018, I believe. No, it was 2019. May of 2019, we got this lovely image of the uncanny Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Which pretty much, oh my god, and based on what I've read, it's like they knew that design was bad, and yet they used it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
However, due to the overwhelming backlash of the first trailer, they had to delay the movie by 5 months to, redesign Sonic from the ground up.
Yeah, and it's like, when is the last time you've ever heard of that happening in the film industry?
Probably never, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't think of any other situation like that.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing that I can think of is, the Star Wars, special editions, but, George Lucas wanted to make those regardless of what fans thought or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but here we are in the year of double 20, and, yeah, it was a lot better than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we start off this review by, talking about Ben Schwartz as Sonic. What were your thoughts?
I was pretty optimistic about Ben. I didn't know anything about him, before I heard he was in this movie, except I think he, voiced in, the DuckTales reboot.
Yeah.
I don't even know what character he was, though.
One of the three, I think it was it was either Huey, Dewey, or Louie. I can't remember which. I know,
yeah.
I'm not a real Disney fan. Shut up.
Neither am I, sort of. But yeah, as I said, I was pretty optimistic about it, and after seeing it myself, yeah, he really gets into the role, and I think it works really well.
Yeah, the last, voice, prior to Ben Schwartz voicing is Roger Craig Smith, and don't get me wrong, Roger Craig Smith does a great job. It's just, I don't know, just something about Roger's performance doesn't really fit the character.
Yeah, it kind of feels like an older sort of Sonic, kind of. That's at least how I see it.
Which, I mean, granted, at this point in the series, he is older, but I don't know, it just doesn't really sound right.
Yeah,
Ben,
he just doesn't age like every other cartoon character.
yeah, but Ben Schwartz as Sonic was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to know who else is great in this film? Jim Carrey.
Of course, yeah.
When I heard that Jim Carrey was going to be playing Eggman in this movie, I'm like, okay, if anyone would be perfect for this role, Jim Carrey would.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, because I wasn't quite as optimistic with that. I don't know, I was kind of with a lot of other people where, I hear Jim Carrey is Eggman, and I was just very skeptical. How is he gonna make that work? That just seems very odd to do.
Yeah, but little did we know that it was actually... Jim Carrey was probably the best part about this whole movie, aside from Sonic.
Yeah, again, like I said about Sonic, he Jim Carrey just really gets into the role and just has a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, plus he understands this character. As I've mentioned before in Why Sonic is Awesome, there's an interview for the Sonic movie where Jim Carrey explains that the reason that Sonic and Eggman are such an iconic like hero-villain duo is that Sonic is the essence that Eggman can no longer have. He wants to own it, but he can never be it.
Yeah, and like I did not expect to hear that from Jim Carrey, that's for certain.
Yeah, it's like, Jim, you you understand.
You genius. You are Eggman, actually.
Yes.
High IQ.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, come on, he's just funny in the film.
Yeah, he really is. And this kind of leads into what I was thinking about, because with Sonic and Eggman, and as it goes, I think for like most adaptation movies, like you do want to stay faithful to the original, but still differentiate yourself enough. And I think this movie does that pretty well. Like Sonic and Eggman, they both have like the characteristics of the original characters, but they do try and like branch off and become like their own sort of thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Without a
And
doubt.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, without a doubt, the best parts of this movie are with Sonic and Eggman.
Yeah, even though sadly it doesn't happen all that much, like they only meet together like in the final act, which is disappointing.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, it's just I wanted more of their witty banter. I really did.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see how they could play off each other, like probably similar to how we'd see in the games, or again, maybe try their own take on it. Who knows?
Yeah. Hopefully, if a sequel does happen, we can get a bit more of that.
Yeah, because that was actually something I kind of realized when I was watching other reviews of the movie. They seem to set up more for like a sequel that's more interesting than making this movie more interesting.
Yeah, but I think I found out that the big reason why it was so as like restrictive as it was purely just because of the budget.
Right.
Yeah, because they didn't.
Also, I guess because it's the first movie too.
So they didn't want to overshoot like too soon.
Right. Yeah, and again, kind of pulling from another reviewer I've heard, this is like the same sort of movie you've seen a lot, where it's like some weird CGI animal creature gets together with a human. They go on some quest for whatever in the real world. Like, we've seen these movies quite a bit, and this one's probably the best of that type of movie at this point.
I mean, I'm sure that you've all seen that meme that pairs the Sonic movie screenshot with literally every other movie that's like this.
Yeah, and actually, I also want to say, with James Marsden too, because remember, he was in Hop, which also had a CGI animal in a car, just like Sonic. So, yeah. And not to mention, that meme was paired with the old design, so that probably also added to our skepticism, like, yeah, this movie is just, it's not gonna do well.
Yeah, well, that statement's just wrong, because as far as I'm concerned, it has grossed over $150 million worldwide.
Yeah, and it overtook Birds of Prey.
And DC fans, no, scratch that. Harley Quinn fans are very salty about that.
Yeah, like, Jesus, apparently they've been, like, spreading lies about the Sonic movie. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, saying that
how many people believe you.
Saying that the movie has, like, racial slurs in it.
Yeah, I know. And it's... And like, yeah, they tweet that before it even came out, so yeah. See how many people will believe that.
Yeah. As far as the human characters are concerned, yeah, there really are just cliche white guy, cliche black woman. I'm not saying that as a racist thing. I'm just saying it's just a typical character trope.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of there, really.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean,
Tom, I'd say, fulfills his role, like, you know, being Sonic's buddy, being there for him and helping out. And that's actually something I want to say, too. I do appreciate that, like, both Sonic and Tom, like, I'd say contribute equally to, like, helping each other out in the movie. Like, they got each other's backs. It's And I feel like sometimes with these movies, there's always just one of the characters is just like totally helpless or useless or whatever and just doesn't do anything.
Or just a complete
And I'm glad
jerk.
this movie doesn't. Yeah. And I'm glad this movie doesn't go that route.
Yeah. So yeah, they are a bit generic and cliche, but I mean, they get the job done. There are worse examples of these.
I know, yeah. They just kind of fulfill their roles, but don't really go above and beyond, to be totally honest.
Yeah. As far as the cinematography, the CGI is concerned, it actually looks really good.
Yeah, although I did kind of feel like at times, like the CGI, at least specifically on Sonic, it just kind of looked a little off to me. I don't know if I was just seeing things or whatever, but I don't know. I thought there were a few scenes that just seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah, but in the final act where Sonic has blue lightning coming out of him, that's a cool shot.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. I saw someone tweet once that that Sonic really should have been more associated with wind rather than lightning.
Yeah, and when you told me that, I was just like, my god, you're right.
Yeah, because he is Freeze the Wind. But, I mean, then again,
Right.
it's very hard to visually display wind with CGI.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier with hand-drawn, but when it's CGI, it's kind of difficult. So I guess they had to settle for lightning.
Yeah, and I mean, I could still understand it being lightning too, because, you know, lightning speeds
Yeah.
and all that.
Mhm.
So,
Plus, I mean, I guess the Sonic in this movie has radioactive energy, I guess.
I assume?
Yeah. Which,
Because, I mean, one of his quills, like, spoilers, can power Eggman's machine, so yeah,
yeah.
it has to be some sort of energy.
Yeah. Which leads into one of my biggest problems with this movie. Admittedly, it really takes a while before this Sonic movie actually starts feeling like Sonic the Hedgehog. Because it frankly doesn't have a lot in common with the games.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it does take a while for things to get going, but overall, I would say it's a fun popcorn flick.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Plus, it could even be legitimately heartfelt at times.
Yeah, and that's also something I was gonna say. Sonic in this movie, he kind of reminds me of Jason Griffith's Sonic, where he definitely has like an emotional side, but I'd say even more so in this movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like literally, he just kind of has like a depressive fit where he just runs in circles, and that's literally what kickstarts the whole plot. So yeah.
Yeah. So, the moral of the story is depression is bad. Don't do it.
Yeah, well, and loneliness too. Probably should have said loneliness instead, but you get the idea.
Yeah, we're joking. We know it doesn't work like that, but, you know, we're just trying to make jokes here, all right?
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna get in. Now we're about to talk about the mid-credit sequence. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you should probably skip this now. I'll put a timestamp on the screen right now, just in case you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled. We're gonna talk the post. Well, yeah, I guess it might as well be a post-credit sequence.
Yeah, more or less.
Post-credit sequence. What are your thoughts?
I mean, me and my friends were kind of guessing at that before, and actually I should say, one of my friends that I went to the movie with, he was sadly spoiled about that, but he didn't spoil the rest of us.
Yeah,
which,
unfortunately, I
big
was
thumbs
spoiled
up to
about
you.
it too.
I know, but yeah, to my friend, you know you are, big thumbs up to you for not ruining it for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, he's already been spoiled. Someone already spoiled it for him. Why would he want to do the same?
Right, exactly. So, yeah, like my reaction to it, it was great. It's because the movie, like even without that mid-credit sequence, the movie still has a good, like kind of, how do I say this? Like, it doesn't leave off on a huge cliffhanger, so it's like still pretty good as a standalone movie to end the way it does.
Yeah, it's like it leaves on a cliffhanger, but not so much to the point where it's like, oh, they're gonna make a sequel. It's like, oh, they could make a sequel, but I guess we'll have to see.
If they never did, it's totally fine where it is now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of feel that, like, even with or without that mid-credits scene. So
Yeah.
And actually, I just realized we still haven't said what the mid-credit scene is even about in the spoiler section.
Yeah. In case you don't know,
you want to do it?
Tails makes an appearance, and he appears through a portal, and he's looking for Sonic. Hopefully, he will find him in the sequel, if it ever exists.
Yeah, if it ever happens, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, that'd be cool. And now, because of that reveal, people are now debating what celebrities will voice other Sonic characters. Like, I've heard like some tweets saying that Knuckles would be voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh man.
Shadow the Hedgehog would be voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing that somewhere.
Yeah, and Rouge the Bat would be voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and finally, Amy Rose would be voiced by Anna Kendrick.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, that's just what people think will happen. Okay, we don't know anything about if a sequel's being made at all.
Right, it's all speculation, really.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: the fact that we're even having this discussion to begin with is bonkers.
Yeah, because it's like, again, like, at the beginning, when we saw the original trailer with the crappy design, we all thought this was gonna bomb, crash and burn, and here we are now, like, talking about potential theories and stuff for if they make a sequel, which...
Yeah.
I mean, I think that goes to show that, yeah, this movie was definitely a success to many people.
Yeah. And as it turns out, listening to criticism will make your movie better.
Yes, that is your lesson of the day, kids.
Yes. Well, or more specifically, Hollywood, because they never listen to criticism.
Right. It's your lesson for everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, all in all, what would you rate this movie?
I'd say it's like a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. It is definitely a children's movie, yes. But I mean, I was 20 when I saw it. I'm still 20 now, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed the movie too. And I think that just goes to show that, yeah, anybody of any age can really just sit down and enjoy something about the movie.
Yeah.
Which I think is definitely worth noting.
Yeah. Now, actually, there's another criticism that I have with the movie before my final ranking. If you have, like, no interest in Sonic whatsoever, you probably will not like this movie at all, because the people that are going to get the most out of this movie are either Sonic fans or kids.
Honestly, I kind of disagree a little bit. I mean, yeah, it helps if you're a Sonic fan to kind of get all, like, the little in-jokes and references. Specifically, we didn't talk about this earlier, but there's a part in the movie where there's this, like, one crazy dude. I think was he called, like, Crazy Mike or something? I don't
Crazy
remember.
Carl, I believe?
Oh yeah, Crazy Carl. Yeah, where he's basically acting like he's seen Sonic and is trying to report it to, like, the people of the town, and he just shows off a Sonic drawing. And yeah, if you're an avid Sonic fan, or I guess an avid meme person, you'll know what that is. But to anybody else, yeah, it might just go over your head. But although at the same time, it still works, like, in context, even if you don't know about it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do references like that.
Yeah, references and Easter eggs, the way you do them is that as long as it still works with the scene, if you don't know what the context is, then yeah, you did it well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you know what it is, I say that's, like, just an extra bonus to it.
Yeah, there's a difference between referencing and nostalgia pandering.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But we're getting off track here. So my rating for this movie would also happen to be a 7 out of 10. It's really nothing too special. It's not a movie for everyone, but for those who enjoy it, I'm glad. I enjoyed it, and so did Jake here.
Yeah, and my friends as well that I went to see it with.
Yeah, I'll definitely be picking up the Blu-ray when it comes out, and yeah, if a sequel ever happen, I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so anything you want to say to the lovely viewers out there, Jakey boy?
Uh, well, I guess if you haven't seen the movie and you're still interested, then go see it because yeah, you might enjoy it.
Yeah. And with that, I bid you all farewell. Stay strong and live life.